Granblue Radio! Man, I hope that had echo on it. I don't actually know. Did I turn the echo back on? Okay, I didn't.
I can be your echo, James. Yo.
Alright, what's up, stream? You'll notice that there's no, like, space in the background. I have green screened my old room in the background, clearly. I have, like...
You'll notice...
Yeah.
You'll notice that this week I am actually here, not drunk in Monterey on a work trip.
Yeah, I have, like, meanwhile, I have, like, I don't know, this, like, cry face on. Like, it looks sad. I'm not sad, I just woke up. Also, I'm not feeling that good, but either way, the show must go on.
Are we going to talk about your Fate episode where you put on your big red hat and just cry all the time?
Let's not get started with that. But we're okay. Like, I don't know. I think I went to bed and like I didn't cover my stomach like my mom always told me when I was a kid, so I got a cold. Yeah, it's whoops. Anyways. We're working on that. So today on Granblue Radio, so about that defend order is going to be the main topic. So I guess it's a good time to bring this up, but like I said, you know, last time on the mailbox, so you guys should send me what your impressions are about the new defend order, and of course it blew up into smithereens, thereby completely invalidating this mailbox.
I was asleep for it, and then I woke up, and there was an apology up already. And I'm like, well, guess I'm going to my meetings today.
Yeah, so, I guess this week on the mailbox, you can send me, I guess, I don't know, this might jinx it. Maybe that's why. But, this time, if Defend Order comes out, please send me your impressions about Defend Order, yeah.
The new date announced was the 16th for the restart.
That's right, so that's actually tomorrow.
It is.
Tomorrow night or the day after. So yeah, let us know. That's xiei.moe/mailbox. You can find us there at all times. You can also send us random mail if you want to. I'm not gonna read it, but or maybe I will read it because I have no choice. But I won't read it on the channel. But if you want to send me your email at any time, I will accept it.
Yeah, let me tell you my impression of Defend Order, which was that it, well, doesn't exist still. So there you go.
Yeah, about Defend Order, what's interesting is that, so about the mentioned fix, actually, it's kind of interesting, is that, they said that they were going to split it into groups. And personally, I was surprised it wasn't always split into groups.
Yeah, they kind of just let everybody in. I mean, the last time they had an event like this, even vaguely, was the World. And you had to apply for the World.
Yeah.
And then it was still a max 10,000. And, you know, it lagged the server a little bit when people did it, but the World did not blow up the entire thing. And then they tried to do essentially 7 the Worlds at once with no application system. And I don't even know what they were expecting.
I mean, it's been a long time since they've done that, and I guess they were probably more worried that it wouldn't work out, as in, like, Defend Order would not finish. I think that's what they were more worried of. That's like they erred on the side of it being far too easy. And I guess, like, if you're a game developer and you're doing like a big event, like, it's probably better to err on the side of way too easy, because you will probably frustrate less people by releasing something broken but super easy, versus releasing something that's like super hard and no one can beat it.
It honestly depends on which portion of their audience that they were trying to hit with Defend Order. Like, it seems from Defend Order and like the stuff that's available to it, they were trying to give the casuals more stuff to do that isn't just the same old farm event.
Yeah, like it's pretty clear that, I mean, because the limit is 10,000. There's can't even as many hardcore players as they are that play this game, you know, it's less likely that, I mean, it's more likely that they're like trying to like accommodate. I mean, hard to say, they're trying to accommodate more like everybody else kind of thing as much as they can.
Yeah, and I can't blame them for that.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things where they have to do it right, and they're still trying to find that happy medium.
It's pretty hard too. Like, I think that if they had said it was still a beta, I think it would have worked out better. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, it didn't really work out so hot. I mean, but I still have good hopes for it. I think it'll turn out well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think there's a funny, there's a good macro picture that represents Defend Order when it came out.
Oh no.
A comic that our boy Kirei Namochi drew.
Is it just one of the stolen explosions from the 4 panels and just
No.
going Rakam?
Is this one where basically it's like a picture of like the islands at the top. Oh no, there's monsters! Go get them! And then the panel below is like a crowd of people just like smashed together and they can't move.
I can't move.
Yeah. So
Pretty
yeah,
accurate.
That's our current Defend Order impressions at the moment. I mean, I bet on it not working, so I can't say that I expected it to work, but dividing into groups or whatever is probably the right idea. And like I said, I was surprised they didn't do it to begin with, actually.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, Star Halo is divided into groups probably because the access level of just people in general goes through the roof. Obviously, people creating new dungeons and finishing dungeons within 30 seconds to 1 minute over and over and over again will obviously cause some some server problems, right? If it's your entire player base. That's why it's divided into basically 4 different groups. And so
1 hour a day, yeah.
per hour per day too. So if Defend Order is also if it's divided into groups, then the load will only be, depending on how far it's divided actually, will be split into the load of however many groups there are. And then the reverse of this is is every group gonna be okay? I'm not sure which groups are the strongest actually, funnily enough.
It's true. I mean, we know which regions are the strongest, but that has nothing to do with group.
Yeah. What group are you?
I'm group H.
H, huh? I'm E. I don't actually know very many people who are in the first 4, A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty random, but the people that we know, of course, are such a small sample size, and people don't really share which group they're in very often, so
yeah,
we don't really know what other people's groups are a lot.
So I'm really curious to find out how everyone will perform this next Defend. It seems like it's the hot stuff, so I think people will at least fill it up. I'm not sure how they'll do, but it really depends on how they choose to rebalance it as well. Because they had also mentioned that, it went down really fast. The bosses were dead pretty instantly. So either... I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the week where part of the reason it probably went down so quickly is because people are probably just chugging their full elixirs and just going at it.
Did they limit the elixir chugging or no?
I'm actually not sure. I assume that it is not limited at the moment.
You've seen that video of the 8-chain samurai, right?
Yeah.
I'm just imagine everybody doing that because I personally have 190 full elixirs.
Yep. I think that because there's a ranking, so I think people were trying to aim for the top ranks. So then people just drank their full potions because they have nothing better to do with them, and just went ham with full potions and just bursting. But I don't actually know. I didn't get into it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of the ranking exists, I expect that to be a real strategy. And the funny thing is that even I don't actually know what you get from being high ranked. I know that the shield difference, how many shields you got for being a high ranked person, was extremely small.
Good.
Yeah. I think it was I think number 1 got 1,500, and number 1,000 got in the 500s or so. So it's it's not really a huge difference. When you look at the shield rewards, the amount of shields you need for everything is pretty high by comparison. So this is definitely something you do throughout the week to get all the rewards. You can't really do it in one go. Because for example, the person who got first place got he got 1 small devil element. So
oh boy.
Yeah, it's really not worth it for that, I think. I don't know though. I don't know what the ranking rewards are.
Yeah, so, no kidding. Who knows what'll happen when this thing actually works?
Yeah, so it could be balanced a different way by the time it comes out. It's just a mystery for now. The rewards themselves, though, are kind of interesting. There's pretty much a little bit of everything in the 3 ranks that are available. Notably, you can get a pretty big chunk of crystals per week, it seems like.
Yeah, that's a renewable source of crystals is something that they've been working on for a while. They started doing it with the dailies on story events to try and encourage people to help with the boss fights for people who were coming in late.
Yep.
So that's a big thing that they've been doing. And yeah, I mean, I'm for it. More crystals is more good.
There's also, but yeah, there's interesting, like, the Defend Order summons are very interesting. Like, there's Awaken Proto Bahamut. Have you seen that one? I'm really, like, it's kind of cool, actually, because, like, it has a special effect when you're in Defend Order. But it costs,
Yeah,
like,
all of them have a special effect in Defend Order, right? Even the weapons?
Yeah, they do. None of them are particularly amazing at the moment, but they're cool.
I mean, 50% HP, 50% attack, was it? Or no, it was 50% attack, 10% HP, wasn't it?
Yeah, for
For
Awakened Proto
Awakened
Bahamut.
Proto
I think it goes to like, I thought it went to like 60-10 for like being fully capped.
Oh, is it?
Something like
I don't-
that.
it's pretty
Someone
neat,
told
though,
me
I mean-
that. I don't know if it's true though.
I just like the picture.
I'm really curious about what it does, but it costs the shield limit for like the soft cap. Like you can only hold the 50,000 shields at the same time, and it costs 50,000. So
And given that we did one and that person got, what was it, 1,500?
something
Good
like that, yeah.
God. By the time you can afford the things that help you in Defend Order, you have become Defend Order itself. Like, that's 100 for the person who was in, like, 1,000th place.
Yeah.
100 of them!
I'm not 100% sure how often it's supposed to be. Like, if it's like Stream, can you hear the helicopter?
No.
Okay. I'm not sure how many times you're supposed to do it a day, but I think with the kind of frequency that they're expecting us to like kind of go in there and poke, it's got to be at least once a day, right? So maybe like if you're really diligent, it'll take you like a month to 2 months to get one of these. So I'm not really sure though. But it's pretty cool effect, and like rank 4 and 5 are still like hidden to us. Whatever is in there will be what it is. It's also worth noting that no, it's not here. To rank up from 1 to 2, it costs 20,000 shields. I think is what it is. But the cumulative shields earned is 20,000, I believe. So either it's pretty easy to not rank up, is what I'm noticing here. But I'm not really sure if they would balance it like that, because you can't buy crystals until you reach at least rank 2. So I guess only time will really tell about this system. But yeah, I guess we'll see tomorrow or the day after. So once again, we'll see how it goes. I do know that it'll probably work this time. I'm crossing my fingers at least. Divide the load into 4 or 8 should make a big difference, in my opinion. Alrighty, so let's move on.
Yeah. So we can talk about Tails.
Yep.
The new characters are something to talk about. We can we can cover them briefly. A couple of them are something that they haven't really done before.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pushing the envelope with at least Elise.
That's right. First to mention is that a lot of people were afraid that there would be like some kind of power creep with the unknowns. And it's pretty decidedly that they did not power creep at all. The initial ones are considerably better, almost across the board. You can make like a small argument for the light one. It has some usage in like super high level grids perhaps, or really super niche ones.
Well, the high level grids for the new unknown. So it's Enmity and it is attack small, right?
Enmity M attack small, yeah, which is not really a normal combination actually.
No, they haven't really done that before that I know of. And what was it? Darkbro was saying that you have to go below like 60% for it to beat a Chev gun.
Yep. No, not Chev gun. You have to go that low to beat a Raphael.
Oh, Raphael.
Yeah,
Great.
the unknown. So I mean, it exists in a kind. There is a niche for it to exist in. Like it doesn't completely suck. But the other two are pretty bad by comparison. There's really not a ton of use for either one of those. I mean, the double attack up one is like, since Serb Dagger has not come back, I guess that's why it exists. but as far as I can tell, I don't really know. I mean, if you can farm the katana, you should use the katana instead.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Dark, like, it has HP, it has the same effect as the katana from Sakura Taisen, where...
The Red Sun katana, right?
Yeah. So then
but the problem is the staff, instead of being a katana, so its stats are lower.
Yeah, so it's
1750 attack.
It's like doubly...
1750.
It's like doubly not as good. I would avoid this one if you can.
I mean, I use the Red Sun katana. I'm fine with that thing. This staff, though, I mean...
It is.
You don't even need it to become any kind of class that Dark doesn't have access to.
I mean, there's Wise Man.
Are you really going to be a Dark Wise Man? Be really honest with me.
It's not an impossibly stupid choice because there's no buffer, like a super dedicated buffer in Dark. So I think it has some use.
But on the other hand, you could also just become a superstar and work with like the gazillions of debuffs that Dark has and still be a good buffer.
Yeah. I'm just saying, maybe somebody out there wants to be a Wise Man.
I guess.
Yeah. It's really hard for me to push the envelope on that one. I probably would not really recommend it. And like most of the time if you want, I mean like there's also possibility that like the Nidu Mage, whatever it was.
Oh, Warlock?
Yeah, Warlock might have like stat bonuses for using a staff, for example. Like kind of how Superstar has for harps.
I guess.
I was like that could happen. I'm not really.
The thing is that they've said that the power of Warlock is going to be in its passives, and I don't know about like requiring those also to be stuck to a single weapon. You know?
I mean, it could happen in my opinion.
There are
like,
so many daggers out there. So many daggers compared to staves.
Yeah, but like daggers are so much. Daggers are obviously so much better though. That's the problem. Is that daggers are so much better, and then like I feel like they might do something like, well, daggers are way better, so we'll force them to use staves.
I guess.
Yeah, to me that seems plausible. That seems plausible to me personally. Yeah. Aside from that, I don't really know. The HP down
So
is
the
already...
interesting one to me, I mean, it's not interesting in that I'd want the weapon. It's just interesting that they're starting to try and experiment with Mutiny.
Yeah.
The skill that first appeared on Nemone's axe. And the SD. And why is it called SD, by the way? Who played Tales of Destiny in English?
It's, someone mentioned it's called the Swordian Dynamos or whatever.
Oh, Dimlos. Okay,
Dimlos,
Swordian
yeah.
Dimlos.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's called Dimlos in Japanese because that's his name, and he's a Swordian. So that makes sense.
Yeah, that's completely lost on me, by the way. I have absolutely no fucking clue what that means. I'm like, what is that?
I don't know. The only thing I know about Stan comes from that awful Namco Cross Capcom game where I just used Rudy to look for Geld all the time. Anyway, but yeah, Mutiny is an interesting ability. It's not very good when it's the only ability because it requires you to get smacked.
Yeah,
although there is one really goofy build that can make full use of this thing, and that really goofy build is Solo Fire Ogre.
I guess.
Because you get hit a lot, and you have a lot of hit points, so you might as well get some mutiny out of it, right?
I mean, fire is probably one of the categories, like one of the colors that would get the most out of mutiny, like this skill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's by itself, so it'll probably never outclass an actual fire unknown. That's the problem. It's actually not really even an unknown too, because it doesn't have an unknown skill.
I mean, it counts as collab. I mean, it's on the collab modifier, but yeah. Other than that,
surprisingly, I don't know. Like, to me, I understand why a lot of these are not only not a complete upgrade, but not even a different element. It makes sense to me because overall, like, collab frequency has gone up considerably since I started playing.
And not just that, we've had three Fire Dark Light collabs in a row.
Yeah. But if you were playing, like, last year, the frequency at which you would have gotten, like, let's say, like, so for the last 3 months there have been no, like, let's just say water, earth, unknowns, right? But if you had been playing last year, yeah, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, yeah.
Yeah. So if you were playing last year though, you would have had to wait more than 3 months to get your next water or earth unknown anyway. I guess the only real outlier is wind, which has not shown up at all for whatever reason.
Wind has not been there, had an unknown since Idle Men, so Side M.
Yeah, but unless the staff counts, maybe it does count to side games.
Yes.
Yeah, it might count, so maybe that's why. But either way, that's probably why though. Like, even though you've had like light fire like 3 times in a row, like, or I guess 2 months in a row, you would have had to wait longer to get your element of unknown last year when collabs were much farther apart.
Yeah, I guess Granblue just got too popular.
Yeah, so I feel like because they're not only that, but like the quality of these unknowns is so much lower compared to the ones we just got. And I think it's just because they have so many collabs in the mix now, they can afford to just like not make Unknown Attack 2. You know what I mean? Because in the past, if they released a weapon that's not Unknown Attack 2, you waited like 3 months to half a year to get it, and it sucks. And then now, like, they can do whatever they want because they just keep releasing new ones.
Yeah, just think about how long people waited between Yuri Katana and then Sword of Light and then Yuri Katana Part 2. It was a long time. It was like, let's see, Slayers was what, February?
Yeah.
Or was it January?
It was in the beginning of the year, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then Tales last year was like August. So that was the gap between Dark Unknowns. And then it was from Slayers until, last week.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I think that they probably have more in the mix for next month. Because it seems pretty consistent. We keep getting collabs. Like, there's never been a month where we haven't, pretty much, for a while.
Everybody wants to cross over and try and get some of Granblue's user base.
But I mean, not only that, is that, like, probably because there's so many coming up, we'll pretty much be stocked up on collab for, like, the whole year. I don't know. Because it takes a while to make these things.
It takes a while to translate these things, too. Just to get all these translations approved.
Yeah, so...
It's still funny to me that every single collab since English has come out, they've just been like, yeah, we're releasing as is. As soon as they give us the okay on our translation, then we'll put that up, but usually it's midway through.
Yeah. I do think that it's... I don't know. Like, Street Fighter was translated, but ever since then, hasn't.
Yeah. I think it's just that Capcom gets back to people faster. Because,
Maybe. There might have been less text, too, I think.
That's also true. There was very little text. It was a rerun event. Half of it was a rerun event anyway. But like I said, though, I mean, you're dealing with Capcom versus dealing with Namco Bandai versus dealing with Sega. Like, the two of those three are some of the most egregiously slow translation teams. And
yeah,
like,
I could see that.
English brand managers or whatever just don't exist for those two companies anyway.
Yeah.
Well, especially those two properties.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at the least. I guess that's pretty much it. You want to talk about the characters?
Yeah, let's talk about the characters. So, we'll start with the really simple one. So Stan is dirt simple. He presses buttons, gets stronger, and presses buttons that makes his buttons stronger, and then he gets really strong and he punches things.
Yeah, he's basically the definition of attacker.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
It's what he does. He hits things, which makes him angrier, which makes him hit things harder, which in turn makes other things of his hit harder. So he just is he's a momentum-based casting attacker.
Overall, I feel like his cooldowns are quite long.
True.
But like, I think they're pretty appropriate for what they do most of the time. Like, the way that his attack up stuff kind of works too is that it lasts super long.
And also, yeah, I mean, three turns, and then does it go down to 2 turns on plus for Gurenken? Or whatever it is? Yeah, it's Gurenken.
I'm actually not sure. I haven't upgraded them yet.
I'm gonna make absolutely sure before I say any of these things. Because, I mean, 3 turns with a 10-turn buff attached to it is already not shabby. The ability, so the cooldowns do not shorten for Gurenken.
Yeah, that would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, because the cooldown is kind of long for those abilities in particular. Like, a lot of the time, abilities like that, like, they're used every other turn. Whereas this one, it takes,
Well, that's his ability damage up one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that the comparison is Alec, and also Hermit, and those are every other turn. But also, those ones don't do their own damage, so they don't buff themselves.
Yeah.
Actually, no, wait. The Valkyria nuke buffs itself. So that's also, I think, 3 turns. Let me make sure. I have to be a Valkyria first. This hasn't happened in forever.
I don't think I've ever been one aside from leveling it.
Let me see here. Damaging skills. Which one is it again? It's Drive It In. No, it's Resonating Surge. The cooldown on Resonating Surge is 5 turns. So that's the other direct comparison for a nuke that buffs the next time you nuke. Which
that's the skill that was buffed, right?
That's the skill that was buffed because it used to not actually do the stacking ability damage buff.
I remember that.
It does get pretty beefy in long fights. Like, try it out in Celestials, it's hilarious. Like, you're gonna... That way you can be a Valkyria, and then you don't have to take your EX Dual Impulse, and you just do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Swing away and see what happens. Like, it's pretty funny. No, but yeah, he's super straightforward. Although the passive on him is just really funny.
Yeah, it's apparently that's like some flavor stuff going on.
Yeah, it's just some sort of like flavor from one of his skills from Tales of Destiny, apparently.
But yeah, he gains more health from potions and all potions. So I mean, it's not gonna change the world or anything, but it is cool to have.
It's fun. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's also nice. Like, you won't notice it that much, but you know, it's there. It's not embarrassing. There are some pretty embarrassing passives in this game, so you know, having that one, it's a nice perk. And I think that's a good space to be in for an SR passive.
Yep. I think that overall, like, we've gotten so many fire SRs recently. I don't know. I would say that he's probably one of the weaker ones, personally. But I mean, you have a full SR team now, so if you started like a month ago.
He's average. I mean, he is what he is. He's better than Gemini Sunrise, which isn't saying much because I think she was bad.
Yeah.
He's probably about a little bit better than Karin, but, you know, just don't use Karin. The problem is that all of these guys are being compared to Sen.
Yeah, they all kind of share the same space, but it's no longer a world where everyone had Sen because they were able to roll when her rate was up, and like you tried to roll for the SSR and got her instead most of the time. But that's not really the case at this point, you know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to let's go with Tyr, I guess, the one who had to be nerfed.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Tyr. So the callback to Tales of the Abyss, the thing that so did you ever play Tales of the Abyss or no?
I played like a little bit of it, and I tell the same story every time, so I won't tell it this time. But I didn't finish it.
I also dropped that game midway through because I couldn't stand Luke. I know that he gets better later, but anyway, the point is that her passive is so confusing unless you've played Tales of the Abyss. Because her Tales of the the Tales of the Abyss mechanic was that you would cast an elemental spell and it would leave a field on the ground, and if you cast a different elemental spell on top of it, then it would combine. That's how you got your what is it, cluster raids, I think they were called, something like that. And so that's why her passive is so confusing. It's like it's because Holy Lance, I think it was, or something like that, came off of casting Holy onto an earth or dark field.
Wow, that's really complicated.
Yeah. So then it means that if she has an earth bunkle or dark bunkle on herself, or if she's Ogied recently, then casting her nuke, Holy Lance, will also do additional earth damage.
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually happen yet, but... Sneeze.
Bless you. So that's just her nuke, though. So the interesting parts of her, the parts you'll actually be using her for, are that, one, she's yet another SR light healer.
Yes.
So she has an 8-turn cooldown heal that does 800 followed by 800. And it used to clear you as well, but they took that away because it was otherwise make her better than a lot of SSRs.
That's definitely an SSR tier ability.
Heal for 1600 plus clear you, yeah, that's insanely good for an SR. I wouldn't necessarily mind it, but I mean, it would make her better than it would make her better than Tina, who is a 5-star SR. You know. So I understand why they take it away. But yeah, so next up, the part where I'm gonna ask you, because you're the person who plays light the most often out of like anybody I know, is her charge ability, where she can lend meter to somebody else. Would this be something that you would use for anyone other than Amira?
Really early in the game, actually, before you get to like, you know, mastering Wise Man, in light, oftentimes the main character always lags behind in meter build. Almost
especially if you're a Dark Fencer?
Yeah, it almost always happens. So actually, it could work, weirdly enough. I haven't actually experimented with it yet because I do have Wise Man. I don't really play Dark Fences much anymore. But like when you start, that happens all the time. It's super annoying. So it's actually not
that
bad,
makes sense.
honestly.
Yeah, but you'd only do it to the MC basically. You wouldn't be doing it to like Amira to help her transform, or
that would be
like,
incredibly rare.
Okay.
I could see an argument for doing that, but I think you would end like Amira would probably end up beating the main character to the meter every time. Personally, in my experience with that old kind of stuff.
Makes sense. All right. And yeah, so that's pretty much her. I mean, she is not a better healer than Erica necessarily, but she's got more utility than Erica does. But you know, you'll use whoever you want. I mean, at this point, there are so many SR light healers that cover the same space, and they're all event characters that you would just use your waifu, up to including Ceylon, who counts as a waifu, because if you've ever heard his voice clips, holy crap.
But yeah, like it's interesting that most of the healers for light, unless you have limited EOs, this is pretty much all you have. You can't really. We've been using SRs for a super long time, and like, a frontline light healer almost does not exist pretty much outside of SRs, because you need limited EO, which is not the easiest thing.
You mean that he doesn't count when what is it? No, Ceylon doesn't count. No, Ceylon does count. I was gonna say, are you saying that De La Fee doesn't count?
De La Fee. Ah, De La Fee.
R.I.P. until summer.
Yeah, De La Fee is by far the worst healer in the game, I think. Worse than SRs, in my opinion.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, because yeah, De La Fee. Oh my god, like she can't really. Doesn't really count as a healer in my opinion either. Most of her skills don't really do anything.
Oh my god, her kit just makes so little sense.
She's definitely one of the oldest characters, so.
Oh yeah.
That's probably part of it, where they're like,
I mean, at least Gawain does something. At least Altair does something.
Yeah, I mean, by design, those abilities are significantly more useful out of the box. And then, as the game went on, like all of De La Fee's abilities did not really scale with the game itself. So it's tragic, I know.
No, her counter scales with the number of times that a boss attacks in a turn. More chances for her maybe to get hit, sometimes maybe no.
I think that, because like, I don't know, so like every other character with counter these days has some kind of ability that makes the counter more useful, and she doesn't have one yet, So
I'm just letting you know. I'm putting my money on Delaphi 5-star.
I am too, personally, because she sucks so much, and she's so popular by comparison.
Is she popular?
I mean, relative to how much she sucks, yeah.
I guess that she has a slightly higher representation than Carmelina, because Carmelina doesn't have a summer version.
Exactly. I mean, because, I think because Delaphi has a summer version, people like her, and like, yeah, this character is great, except for the real one.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I think so, personally. I think that's fair.
Alright, but anyway, that's Tyr. And then the really interesting one is Elise. So, Elise is a dark healer, number 1, so that already puts her on rarefied ground because it's basically her and Will, because Xiao is not very good at healing. She has a slow, and the Japanese reports that I'm reading right now are that it is fairly accurate. It's very accurate on element, of course.
Yeah.
And so it's a reliable slow. It is, she has a very minor double attack buff that comes attached to a nuke at least.
Yep.
And she has Raise Dead. And unlike Erica, she doesn't have to Ogi first before she can cast it.
Yeah, interestingly enough, nobody really knows what the rates are for the SR tier of Raised Dead, seems like.
Yeah.
And like, the observation was that Erica missed all the time. But I don't know if that's like a confirmation bias kind of thing, or if anyone actually tested it.
I mean, it's also just a matter of, she has such a small window to do it, because as soon as she Ogis again, Erica gets out of the robot and the ability turns back off.
Wow. Yeah. So I feel like the miss is like super heavy there. You can feel it.
Yeah.
But then I think most of the time, when you use Sophia, you're just like, wow, she missed, whatever. I'll just try again.
As opposed to Oceanus, where you're like, oh, it missed. Time to wait 9 turns.
Yeah, so on the flip side here, you have Elise, who, I guess, like, on paper, she seems as good as Sophia. I don't know about in practice. But yeah, she's definitely, like, one of the only characters that is actively like, hey, you should put this character in the back for Dark, you know?
Yeah. And then, the funniest thing is that when you use her slow or her nuke plus DA up, which thankfully are on 7 and 8 turn 7 turn cooldown, and then let's see, the other one is also a 7 turn cooldown when she gets max level. She has a chance of throwing out a Pico Hammer, and it does the dizzy mechanic on them.
Yeah,
so
that thing is surprisingly good theoretically, because a lot of those, the Pico Hammer. Dizzy can't miss as far as it's implemented currently. So if it happens, it happens.
And it's a 30-second thing.
Yeah. So
and because it's on an ability as opposed to on an auto attack or an Ogi, you can actually see it come out and act appropriately.
Yeah. So if it happens, it's pretty strong. I guess instead of having hit rate, it has this like, who knows what's gonna happen kind of thing. But overall, I think she's probably one of the best SRs in a while. Just in Dark especially, Dark has no double attacker up kind of mechanic really on a character. So like, for team at least. So just that by itself was already like, wow, that seems really useful. And then the slow is pretty accurate, and the Raise Dead will like give you like, well, you know, if you die, maybe she could actually fix your team somehow.
And something that was pointed out is that most buffs. So for example, the attack up buffs are usually like 3 turn duration, 5 turn cooldown.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 turn duration, 7 turn cooldown for the really powerful ones. And hers is attached to a nuke. Like I said, it's a minor double attack up buff, but it does last for 5 turns.
Yeah, it's quite effective. Like the uptime is pretty high for an ability like that. So I think she's very good. She's definitely going to replace Beatrix for me on my Chev team.
R.I.P. Beatrix.
Yeah, I mean,
having a reliable slow already puts her over a lot of SSRs, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
Like, I probably would use her over Bazaraga.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have Bazaraga also. I've used Beto over him, so that's saying something.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, you can use her with Cerberus and give Cerberus an actual chance to double attack.
Hey. You could also because when she revives people, she revives them at 1.
Yes.
So you could revive people. Reviving people at 1 is definitely it's a downside in some ways, but it's actually an upside in other ways because like if you get revived, most of the time you have 1,000 health anyway. You're not gonna live if you get hit. So being actually at 1 HP is actually more useful in my opinion because you're gonna do way more damage. Yeah, because if you're dark, you can do way more damage at 1 hit point compared to 1,000. It's like 10%.
Especially if you say Reza Dark Jean, who you accidentally let die or something like that, and she just comes back. She's like, "I'm still angry."
Yeah, I'm down with that. That's pretty awesome. At 1%, I believe she has like a 45% buff in addition to all the other buffs, so it's pretty strong.
She'll pretty much cap when you hit her Undying buff too.
Yeah, so I'm pretty satisfied with this SR. It's definitely the best thing out of the event, in my opinion.
Yeah, Elise is definitely worth it. But yeah, that pretty much covers Tales. I mean, have you actually played Tales of Asteria past rank 50?
I'm rank 52, so yes, I have. Thank you very much.
Oh, you beat me. I stopped at 50 and exactly 50. I'm like, I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah, so they added a second tier of rewards that require you to get all the way to level 70.
It's like, no,
I'm
thank
doing
you.
I'm doing it.
Oh, Lord.
I've been playing it a little bit every day. I do like 1 level a day or so. So, if I keep doing it for like the 20 days I have to log in, I'll be there.
I guess that's fair. I have been logging in.
I hate some of the mechanics in Asteria so much. I cannot really bring that to words right now.
Yeah, I hate the run thing that you do before fights.
Yeah, it's pretty lame, I will admit.
I hate that you can't like wait until you can't queue your Hyogis after attacks. You just have to hit it as fast as you can before your turn simply ends.
Yeah, that one is. I mean, you have to kind of make sure you pay attention to the game because like I'm not a level anymore where I can like auto through it anymore. So I die if I don't pay attention, and that sucks.
Yeah,
I die sometimes.
That wastes actual like 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah, I die sometimes, and then like sometimes I don't. So like it's like, do I have to pay attention this time? Do I don't? Oh man.
Yeah, it stinks. Like whenever you fight against that like the sludge building or whatever it is, and it just like while you're looking away, it poisons and paralyzes your entire team. You're just like, well, it feels bad.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Either way though, I think that it's cool that they're doing so much and you can get a lot out of it. Like you get more the more you put in, so that makes it work kind of worthwhile, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That pretty much covers Tales. Like we covered everything that there is to cover about all this.
Yeah, I think that this kind of light this week, but that's fine. I'm also not feeling super great anyway, and you can tell by my complexion, which is super red.
I'm looking forward to like a week of peace and quiet before the Celestial Mash like crushes everyone under its steel-heeled boot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new bosses. I'm really curious.
I'm curious with new bosses too, but the amount of mashing that you have to do in the Celestial stuff if you don't have everything already. Oh boy. I mean, you already mashed your second gold bar.
Yeah.
I have not yet.
I mean, like, I'm gonna have to get the talismans to summon like the 2 new bosses, which is also pretty expensive.
That's true. I'm also getting. So my shopping list in order is at least half of my second gold bar. If I can afford it, the Seiryu Spear, 1 of each talisman. Yeah, and that already is just insanity.
That's like 200,000 already, or so.
Yeah, it's like 200,000 points.
I think I'm gonna do probably just 1 of each, like maybe 1 or 2 of each talisman, and then after that maybe Granblue Axe or Byakko Fist. I don't really need them either though.
I already outgrew my Granblue Axe and my Byakko Fist, so
yeah, I don't really need them. I would rather just get SR tickets and like try to roll for SR guns. because they're pretty common. They're pretty common, honestly. Like the red tail comes up every single time you try to roll for a fire character.
I see.
Yeah, so it's pretty worth doing. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good one way or another. It'll definitely be a rewarding event. I'm not sure how fun it'll be. But they might implement those like filters like they had mentioned. So you can filter out the ones you don't want to do. Like who wants to do Granblue?
No one ever wants to do Granblue. Go away, Granblue. Stop.
Yeah.
Please stop. Everybody just wants even like Titan. The more people join, the slower the fight becomes.
Oh man, I love Titan. Titan's the best because like when you join at 25%, he doesn't die. He doesn't
You can
die.
actually hit your Clarice button.
I can hit all the buttons. I hit like Clarice, and then I hit like double like kill zone, like bullseye run or whatever, and I have like 40k points. Woo. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So it's pretty worth it. I guess that's it for today. I guess it's time to battle.
All right. So I am ready to do Star Premium.
So you know, so today is Dagger Gun Day on Star Premium Gacha.
And since you are a light main and I am a water main, we both are going to hope for and benefit that we can benefit from the SSR gacha weapons and get another 4-star Magna weapon out of the whole deal.
But you know, this particular raid up has a history on this channel. You know that, right?
Is this how you rolled UL?
No. I actually rolled on Axe Day for that.
Oh,
the last
okay.
time I rolled on Dagger and Gun Day, I didn't need either daggers. I didn't have any dagger or gun characters. But you know who I got? Where is he? Fuck, I can't find the picture.
Did you get Saru? Did you get my boy?
No, I got Bazaraga. Hey. And where's the picture though? I had like this. I had this pretty good. I had a macro. I used to have like a layout for this.
Jesus.
I can't find it though. It's been too long. It's been like literally half a year. But I got like a characterless SSR and Bazaraga. I was like, the fuck? I was pretty upset. But anyways, it's time. Let's see. So today on Star Gacha, Dom versus Shay. So you wanted, let's see. So you don't have Lena, right? But you want, like, you gotta have Silva.
I do not have Lena. I do have Silva. Silva was my first SSR. I do not have Catherine.
So your two most wanted are Silva and Catherine? Did I get that right?
No. Our scene is Catherine, then far away is Lena.
Oh, okay. Let me switch that real quick.
It's okay. Wait, do you already have a Lancelot, or do you just not care at all about water?
I have Lancelot. I didn't put dupe on him yet, though. I like, cause I thought about like, yeah, I should put dupe on everything, but then you have like dupes of like half this. So I was like,
I have all of my consolation prize characters, but I am just willing to accept that 200 dagger elements and a gold moon.
Wait, so you have Vampy already?
Yeah.
Wow. Alright, well. I guess that works, huh?
Well, also, the thing is that the gun elements also help me finish this freaking Oliver that has been sitting at 2 out of 3 Centrums for the entire month of June.
So, let's see. For me... So yeah, your top 2 are Lena and Catherine. My top 2 are Catherine and Vampy, and Silva's just up there because like I want her too, but it would be unfair for me to win.
You're past the point where you need her, but she's so cool.
Yeah.
By the way, did you do the SSR sorter thing that they did?
No, I'm too lazy. I know I will not finish.
Yeah, the thing is that I spent like an hour and a half at work on a slow day doing that. And then midway through, my eyes glazed over, so like between 40 and 80, I just started clicking at random.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. That never works for me. I always get lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I guess. Oh, I messed up the percentage too. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna work any harder than this.
It's all right. Oh yeah, I should tell you this, guys, the story of why Petra, is that a please no, by the way? It's because I have a 3-star Heaven's Cloud.
Yeah,
So
this would
I'm
literally be
already
your
ready
fifth
for this
Petra.
thing. I'm already ready for that thing to get its 4th star.
Yeah, that's
I
actually
actually
pretty
had
bananas.
4 Heaven's Clouds before I had 6 SSRs. I
Yeah.
rolled that damn dagger so often.
So for me, I don't have any of the I only have Eustace and Lancelot actually, and like, I don't really care about gun elementals as much as I used to, because I'm out of light elementals anyway. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm super out.
What if you roll Vortex Dragon? Is that a win for you?
I probably wouldn't break Vortex Dragon actually.
Really?
Weirdly enough, yeah. Like, it depends on, because I intend to use the dual element builds, double elemental builds, so, because you can use like half stabs and like half the other thing if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So then, and more, because there's so many unknowns now, you don't have to use a Colossus as your main. You can use a double Athena. You could go with, like, if Vortex Dragon turns out to be good, you know.
If they give Vortex Dragon his 4-star and suddenly he becomes like the 4th really good light summon and just makes everyone angry.
Yeah, exactly. It could happen, man, because he is
How
light.
many top tier summons does Light need? How many?
I don't know. Yeah, all of them, apparently. Alright, let me buy these MOBA coins.
Yeah, I'm sitting and ready. The sad thing about Star Legend is that we can't really get excited about the Rainbow Crystal because we're guaranteed one.
I'm gonna get excited anyway.
I will struggle to achieve your level of excitement.
I'm actually, like, not feeling that great today, so I'll push it. I'll do what I can.
Alright, I'll try and hold up my end of the bargain and just be like, oh, it's a rainbow! I'm practicing, hold on. Whoa, Shay, I got an SSR!
Alright, hold on. There's not time yet. Alright, we're
Okay,
back.
okay.
So we put the odds out there. We both have we have an equal percentage chance to get what we want, 13%. Will it happen though? That's always the question. The answer's probably not, but you know what? We dream big here on Granblue Radio. Alright, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready, I'm hitting the button.
Alright. I didn't change the music yet. There we go.
By the way, did you vote on your favorite Granblue music for that Nikio broadcast next week yet?
No. I should have done that. I forgot about it.
I voted Full Soya Song.
Rolling!
Rolling.
It's a rainbow! How's that? How's that stream? Is that convincing?
It's a Gundam!
So I guess all else has to do now is to break it and see what happens.
Alright, 1 SR, 1 SSR for me.
Right. Same thing for me.
Oh, I got Blue Skeleton. Alright.
Bronze Moon.
1 Bronze Moon on a +1.
Minotaur, Bronze Moon.
Freaking Red Bunkle! Ugh!
I got the Cerberus instead, so I guess that you're slightly ahead.
Man.
3rd Bronze Moon. A 4th Bronze Moon. This is pretty good Bronze Moon wise.
Alright, I got a Gold Moon.
Alright.
I'm not gonna tell you which one it is yet.
I think it's coming up. Yeah, a 5th Bronze Moon. No. Fuck. Alright, what did you get?
I got Lancelot dupe.
I got.
Oh, you got Agielba? You got what is it, Old Joseph?
Yeah, I got a character. I mean, he's not the worst thing that could happen to me.
I think, do we call this a tie? I got a Lancelot dupe and you got Agielba?
What do we put on the chart?
You didn't even put anybody on the A chart, did you, for Agielba?
No, I did. He's in meh.
He's in meh.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 200 dagger elements, which is pretty good by me. I'm happy with that.
I guess I would say that's a loss on my part, personally. I mean, I did roll 5 Bronze Moons, which I wanted, but
I only got 1 Bronze Moon. I'm pretty sad about that. 1 Bronze Moon, 1 Gold Moon. Yeah, you got 50 crystals and I got a Gold Moon. I don't know who comes ahead on that one.
I could just call it a draw. It's fine, I guess. I think I lost though, personally. I didn't want him.
You know what? I will claim victory. I will claim victory.
There you go. You see, you take those. You take those.
Exactly. We take those.
Yeah, exactly. So it's 5-2-2 now.
Yeah, I think so. That's my second win out of the 9 weeks that we rolled against each other, something like that.
Yeah.
Boy.
So yeah, that is that's 11 episodes for the books, by the way.
Jeez. Did we have anything? Wait, what did we have for the? Oh no, the mailbox this week is the same as last week, right? Like,
yeah.
If you actually get into Defend Order, how was it?
Yeah. So let us know this time if it works out for you. I mean, because it's probably gonna be every day. So then, like, your feelings on it may change as
Unless
you have to do
again.
it more.
I'm just saying, unless it breaks again, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, I think that you, like I said, once you start, like, the first time you do it might be really fun too, but then the more you do it, like, the more of a grind it becomes. So, like, you know, like, let's sit on it, like, play it for like a few days, and then, like, right before the radio happens, you know, send your mail in, let us know how you feel about it then, because I think that's pretty important.
And they haven't announced any new content after Defend Order and the Celestials, right? They've been concentrating on those.
It seems like it, yeah. I think that, I mean, there's still another Granblue Radio in the middle of Celestials, so that'll probably give us an idea of what happens the month after. But yeah, there's another Nico live stream too, right? You mentioned, so
yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that Nico live stream because it's apparently just gonna be all about music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I mean, music in this game's great, so I'm excited.
I mean, any Final Fantasy fans just like, oh yeah, every time that gets to this music. But anyway,
I think that does it for me this week. I'm sorry, like, my energy level is kind of a little bit lower. I'm all red-faced and shit, but maybe I should just, like, when I put this up on YouTube, I'll just, like, block this part out.
You should just chroma key yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll put some GIF up here. We'll put the GIF of, like that guy losing at Stargacha. Which is what happened to me today. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, I knew what I was getting into. I set my expectations accordingly, and, you know,
so did
I can always there's always a surprise ticket, right?
So did I. I mean, every time, man.
Yeah.
Every time. Alright, stream. I guess we'll call it a day then. Tune in next week, Granblue 11-12.
When both of us are grinding the hell out of Celestials week.
Yeah, it'll be. There may not be a whole lot of talking anymore. But we'll be here, stream. Come tune in. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.